rocking with Champion. It's Tatanka.
How you doing, man?
Doing fantastic, man. How you guys doing out there? Awesome to be here.
So you started off as a bodybuilder, and then I heard you were an accountant before wrestling. Is that true?
Yeah, actually, I worked at Bally's Health and Tennis. I was actually divisional manager, and this is a good story for everyone to hear too, because I was already making 6 digits. I was already making big money, and they were schooling me to make $250,000 a year. When the wrestling opportunity came, I was literally making 6 digits, looking at moving up to $250,000 a year. But I've been a guy that don't see any walls, meaning if I believe in the dream, I'm going to chase it, I'm going to go after it, I'm going to attain it, I'm going to get it. So I actually left a job making 6 digits that I could not come back to pursue pro wrestling. So that was a big step, just like Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon with WrestleMania 1 put all of his money into WrestleMania before WrestleMania 1 even happened. If it didn't work, the company would have been over, but he took that big risk, and look at it now. WWE is the largest sports entertainment company in the world.
And you turned down a chance to play professional football with the Dolphins?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I had already made the cuts for the Dolphins, but again, I was working for Bally's then. I was already making a 6-digit income. I would have actually took a cut in pay as a free agent. I could have, my second year with the Dolphins, if I would have signed with them, my contract could have went to $1 million contract. That's a lot of risk when you're already making great money. You don't know if that's going to happen. Playing football, you can get injuries. I was in a really good position. Again, I was in a sports field. I was working out 5-6 days a week, like you mentioned earlier. I was bodybuilding. I actually got to a point that I could have went pro, but I didn't want to get involved with all the things that pros do, meaning steroids, on a regular basis all the time. So I didn't want to go that path. That's the reason I was working at Bally's, but then it turned into the opportunity with WWE.
What is it like being a hero to so many indigenous kids that watch you wrestle?
Oh, it's absolutely awesome. I can't tell you all the great stories of what I've had, because of social media now, we get to speak to so many people. When you sit there and you see a native that was on the edge of getting ready to commit suicide, but he turns his TV on, and World Wrestling Federation, here comes the Native American Tatanka on the TV, and to hear him say, at that moment, I seen another Native American being successful, and at that moment he changed from committing suicide, going, if he can do it, I could do it. Now that person who told me that is now living a successful life. So it's a great honor, privilege, blessing to be able to be in that kind of position. Not for people to look at you and go, hey, no, just to be in that position, to have that platform that you can make a difference, and you can tell people, believe in your dreams, you can accomplish your goals, don't listen to the naysayers, life has a lot of value, it's worth going through the tough times to get to the greater places. So yeah, it's been an honor to represent Native Americans, truly.
So how come you're not in the new WWE video games?
I've already been in the new games. I've been in 2017, 18, 19. I think they have me in the 20 as a downloadable character. Is because they can only put so many guys. I'm on a Legends contract. They can only put so many guys in that game. But what they do is they revolve the talents. I'm sure I'm going to be returning back to the game sometime soon. Especially after last Saturday, with Saturday night's main event turning out so great with my parents and my family's opinions.
Did you get paid for having your wrestling match played in the movie Natural Born Killers?
No, because it wasn't the way it is today. But Vince, you could say yes, but I wasn't paid specifically for that. We're paid royalties overall. But yeah, I've been getting paid royalties ever since 1990. That's absolutely amazing, every quarter. And those quarterly checks can be amazing because they're selling products of you worldwide. You know, so yes, I probably did get paid, but no, I didn't get a direct pay because of that. But they took care of anything with our image, our likeness, through our royalty checks.
What's the worst injury you have gotten in the ring?
Worst injury I've gotten in the ring, wrestling Undertaker, Nassau Coliseum. It wasn't an injury that I had to go get surgery. Shot him in the corner, charged in, planted my foot. When I planted my foot to stick him with the elbow, my knee popped out, my knee was on the side. Being a tough guy, you know, I couldn't do it then because I went straight down because the pain. Undertaker knew what had happened, but I actually popped my kneecap back over, but there's nothing I could do then. The pain, and Taker just covered me, and it was a 1, 2, 3. But the big thing about it was the first night of a 10-day tour with Undertaker and myself after I had switched sides with Me and Dollar Man. We were main event for 10 days, so they were really concerned because it's not like football. Timeout, put someone else in. If you're not there, you're not there. So I told the office, I said, make sure we got our tape guy. Our tape guy taped me up every night, but I went straight to icing and heating that night. All throughout the night, I came back, taped it up, and finished the whole tour. Didn't have to get surgery, but if I wouldn't have been taped up and took the swelling down that night, I wouldn't have been able to do it. But having a great tape guy that WWE always has, and all the ice work that I did the night before, I was able to finish the tour. Thank God nothing major, no surgery.
Who has it easier, a UFC star or a professional wrestler?
That's a really good question because even though people say, well, wrestling has show business, one of the best ways I can explain to you, and I'll use Hogan for example, got 2 cuts on his back, 1 cut on the left side, 1 cut on the right side, and as he's also said, knee replacements and hip replacements. That's not fake. That's all the beating and that your body takes over all the time of wrestling. The difference with us in UFC, they'll have a certain amount of fights per year. Okay, yeah, it can get very physical, but we're wrestling every single day, 300 days a year on the road. And when I was at World Wrestling Federation, we were wrestling at 1 o'clock, doing a 1 o'clock show, and an 8 o'clock show. So I would say wrestling is very tough because you're doing it every day, you're traveling all over the world. UFC, yes, it's very physical, but they get 4 or 5 big matches in per year, so you got a lot of recovery time. We got to do it the next day, so it's very, very tough being a pro wrestler.
Now, are house shows just a chance for you guys to practice on the road before like big TV shows?
Of course, but the wrestling's changed so much. With me being a WWE just last weekend, one of the biggest things we were talking about is that they were saying there's hardly any house shows anymore. You got Raw Monday night, you got NXT Tuesday, you got Friday SmackDown, and then the Saturday night, say one Saturday night main event, then you got Saturday. They're all live shows. We used to do, like over here in Canada, we used to come here to Canada and do 10 house shows on one tour, no TV. They don't do that anymore because it's a big expense where they make their money as TV, and that's the reason it's changed the TV so much. So there's really not too many house shows, but yes, house shows in that time and frame were definitely meant to help you. If you're working with someone, you can get better working with that particular talent. So when you finally get to the pay-per-view or you finally get to TV, everything is nice and smooth.
So like when things go wrong in the ring and someone hits each other like way too hard or something like happens by mistake, what do you guys do to keep yourselves from actually just fighting each other in the ring?
Well, we kind of got a rule of thumb. You hit me 1 time, that's okay. You hit me 2 times really stiff, I'm going to tell you. 3rd time, you're getting a receipt, meaning it's coming right back at you. And so guys, and it hasn't been our business has not been one that people do not get in fights in the locker room. In our day, there were a lot of fights in the locker room. You had a lot of guys big, total different business than the kids today. You had guys that, if you talk to them wrong, knock your teeth out. I respect, you got guys who are true wrestlers, true shooter fighters. You had guys who were bounty hunters. You had guys who were football players and top athletes in school. You had a lot of tough guys, so there was a lot of fights back then, but standard rule of thumb then, and I'm pretty sure it's almost the same now, but the business has changed, because we were a lot more snugger in the ring in our day. We were just a lot more snugger, meaning a little tougher. There's a few guys still today the same way, like Brock Lesnar. When he suplexes you, he's going to suplex you. If you don't like it, what are you going to do? Okay? But in our business, 1 time we forgive you, 2nd time we're going to let you know, 3rd time it's on like donkey.
Now, I hear that your sons are high school wrestlers and WWE has interest in them. Is that
Yeah,
right?
definitely. My ninth grader, Jeremiah Chavis, is a two-time national champion. He's already got 177 high school wins. Why that's big is any wrestler out there, true wrestler, folk style, freestyle, Greco, you know that the goal is by senior year is to have 100 wins. He's already got 177 as a ninth grader. He's breaking the glass ceiling, doing so much. But being a national champion, two-time national champion, that is huge. And two of the biggest tournaments in the nation, that means you're the best of the best. My other son is a elite football player, two-time most valuable player, and also chosen as the conference defensive player of the year. So when they seen them last Monday night, they already knew of them. I've already been keeping radar on them. They already knew about us. But when they seen them in person and how they look, Triple H was talking to them, talking to me. So yeah, there's a big interest there for them. Because again, they're both native. They're both brothers. Perfect tag team, just like the Usos. Perfect tag team, a true tag team. Not just throwing two guys together, but a true tag team that's been living life together. That's how tag teams work. They really hung out all the time. Legion of Doom, Demolition, they were true tag teams. The Hart Foundation, true tag teams. So that's what they see with Jeremiah and Joseph. They see not only natives, not only true brothers, a true tag team, not only do they look awesome, but they're the sons of WWE Legend Tatanka.
If you were on death row, what would your final meal be and why?
Oh wow, that's a big one. Well, my final meal, that's a really, really good question. I probably wouldn't eat anything different than what I would eat. I've always tried to eat pretty healthy. Doesn't mean that we don't eat terrible, but it'd probably be definitely some chicken, nice grilled chicken, probably asparagus on the side, maybe some brown rice, a good salad, a good juice, some water, okay, and some time to pray.
What's your annoying habit?
I really don't, I'm really try to be very, very aware of what I'm doing. There's nothing that people tell me, you're annoying. But that's something that you have to work on, not to be annoying. I think that really comes from because I'm always constantly trying to be an uplifting guy, inspirational guy, talking to kids about staying in school earlier today, talking to kids about how important it is to do great in school. We lived that life with our kids. Jeremiah started at 5. He didn't know anything about wrestling. It's been me, Mickey, like in the Rocky movie, Tatanka being to my son, telling, hey, believe in your dreams, work hard, keep hanging in there. It's going to come together, moving around, meeting different coaches. So I really don't have something that people go, that's annoying, because I really work on being inspiring.
Do you ever get
Macho's in the house.
Macho?
Yeah.
Do you get used to being a celebrity?
Yes, it's just part of our business. You can't look at yourself really as a celebrity. You got to look at yourself as a way of being thankful to be in a great business, being blessed to be able to do what we do. That's the reason you always want to be kind with your fans, because if it wasn't for the fans, none of us would be superstars. But yeah, it's a blessing, but it's not something that you get used to. It's something that you understand as part of your business. You be kind to the fans when you're out there. You represent yourself.
What was your first major purchase?
First major what?
Purchase.
I couldn't hear you.
Purchase.
Purchase?
Yes.
Oh wow, that's a really good one. That's a really, really good one. First major purchase, okay. I started young in high school, but I don't buy my own cars and all that, but I don't think that's a major purchase. So I would have to say, when my dad would, big respect, because I had a dad that trained me properly and taught me properly. When I came back from college, you're a grown man, son, no staying at the house anymore. You got to go get your own place. And it wasn't like no negotiation. You're out. Dad, of course, native, but we come from the country, very strong. So my biggest purchase was my purchase of life. I had to get my own apartment, had to have my own car, had to pay all my own bills, had to get all my own furniture. furniture, had to go work myself to do it after college. That was my biggest purchase to live a true life. Yes.
What is your biggest fear?
I try not to be a person that fears anything, because fear can entrap you and scare you. So I would tell everyone out there, don't be in fear. Too many people are being held back from doing great things because of the fear of what if? What if? What if you do make it? What if you do accomplish that goal? So many people get frozen because of fear. So I really don't think about fear. I look at fear as an enemy that I tomahawk chop all the time. So we overcome fear.
All right, thank you so much for being on the show.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure. It's awesome. Thank you, guys. Pleasure, man. You're welcome.